You are, aren't you? You pulled the wire out. Thank you, Rachel. I'm glad someone's paying attention in class. And Gabby, thank you. And Juice, thank you. Get off your daft dog. That's you. You pulled the microphone out, you div. That ball. Yeah, playing with that ball went near my microphone. You pulled the wire out, you little div. Sorry, how long have we been playing for? 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You little That'll teach me not to look. I didn't look. Usually I look. Pardon me. Usually I look. And I didn't. Toss it. Right, I'll sing them again. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on a mountain top and offered him every kingdom he would not stop. He said, Son of man, worship me, come up and bend your knee. I said, I came in his name, I am saved by his grace. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples would be called them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and they told his story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. This one goes out to all you natural girls. You know you are. You've got beautiful little faces with close set eyes, pouty, kissable lips, curvy bodies, and the most important part, childbearing hips. On the day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and blew on the clouds, blew them away, and heaven and earth he built it. Took him just 6 days. Took him twice as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. He said, 'cause you're a natural girl, yeah, a natural girl. So ladies and Cadbury's, and they made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, placed them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. 'Cause you're a natural girl. write your name on Venus, Jupiter, and Mars. When you look up at night, you'll see your name written in the stars. 'Cause you're a natural, actual girl. Today's gonna be the day, gonna prove the glow to you. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never did think it was true. And I don't believe anybody, 'cause the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street, messes like spin home. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never helped slow it down. I don't believe anybody, 'cause the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. And all the globes they showed you, they were lying. All the pics they showed from satellites were CGI. There are many proofs that I might show you, but I don't know how. I said you ought to have a pick and then be water. 'Cause after all, we live on a boat. I ain't got a drum kit. Today's gonna be the day they're gonna put this quote to you. By now you should somehow realize that it isn't true. I don't believe anybody, 'cause the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street, that's the light of wind, come on. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never held the globe down. I don't believe anybody, the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. And all the globes they showed you, they were lying. All the pics they said was satellites were CGI. And there are many proofs that I might prove to you, but I don't know how. I said you ought to have a pick up and need water. 'Cause after all, I live on a boat. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. By the devil. Bitch ass made mother. Oh. The only person that still makes me want to swear, Satan. The Magna Carta, MC, Churchy Tree, Father. Churchy Tree, I see the Magna Carta straight away. MC, Churchy Tree, MC, Churchy Tree, Father. Churchy Tree. He's always the number Churchy Tree, Father. It's almost like the mocking the death of Christ, Father. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing I want to say. Come in the when we're tired. Man, I'm just tired of boring myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. It's guns for hire. Even if we're dead. Yeah. Even if we're dancing in the dark. Ooh, nice reset, Peter. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving round my place. Check myself in the mirror. I wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face. Man, I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know there is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. It's guns for hire. Even if we're dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older. There's a joke somewhere, and it's on me. Shake the world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, the laughs on me. Stay on the streets of this town. They'll be carving you up alright. They say you gotta stay hungry. Hey baby, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. Need a love reaction. Come on baby, just give me one look. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire with a broken heart. It's guns for hire. Even if we're dancing in the dark. You can't start a fire. Worried about the world falling apart. It's guns for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. There's nothing they wrote in the past that does us any good. They lied in everything. And that includes the Bible. They lied inside the pages of the Holy Book. So you get in big trouble for changing God's words. That just means any lie, right? Any lie. You're changing the truth. God's words are the truth. And anytime you lie, you're breaking God's word. You're breaking his scriptures. The Magna Carta was meant to be a signed piece of paper, Jews, by England when the Spanish had their moment, the Battle of whatever it is. It's not. Is it Trafalgar? Was Trafalgar the Spaniards? I can't remember. I don't really care. It's all bollocks anyway. But apparently, when the Spaniards invaded, they wrote the Magna Carta. It was to protect the people. But again, it's just bluff after bluff after bluff. When we got here, we hardly did any work and everything was free. Now there's millions of us. We're absolutely slaves to work, and we pay for everything and end up with nothing. When God gave us the whole world, he gave us dominion over everything. Every beast of the field. I don't think we're supposed to farm the way we do. I'm sure about that. It's just all the vegan stuff. I just think it's them. The way to hide a man is not to feed him any meat. Make him look like he's in a concentration camp. Skinny men with bones everywhere. We've seen so many of them, right? They probably don't eat even a square meal a day. I don't know. I've got no idea how it works. And maybe they've got a drug that burns it off. Maybe they can eat whatever they want. They've got a drug that burns it all off. I've got no idea. All I do know is that every time you lie, that's not God's word, right? It's not yours either. Satan's. Satan's the father of lies. The beginning of the book tells you that. The father of all lies was Satan. So, and he picked on the easiest of the two of God's creations, woman, because she didn't see the world getting created the way Adam did. She wasn't there for 1,000 years whilst Adam named all the animals, the trees and everything he saw. It was the day after when he realised, I don't have a soulmate, I don't have a keepsake, a partner. And he asked God for a partner, and he gave him Eve. Satan would have watched all this and thought, Adam's much more aware of God's word than Eve is. She's brand new, so he went after the newest one, the one that hadn't had much life yet. That's why I always say women are the most special ones, because you're the most trusting, you're the most caring, you're the most loving. I'm not saying a man can't be loving and caring, but a woman's nature is totally different to a man's. There's a certain staunchness with men that isn't there with women. I'm not saying it's perfect for all men and women. No. As far as I'm concerned, the only person in this world that was totally good was God. Is God. Even Jesus said this. When his disciples said, "Good teacher," he said, "No one is good except for God." And that was out the words of the baby Jesus' mouth. So they won't. Since the beginning of the truth, which was 12 years ago now for me, the first thing I saw when I realised I wasn't spinning was Jesus on a cross. And then from Jesus on a cross, I saw a load of world wars and starvation and famine and all this shite that's going on in the world. And then God. The riding God. My answer was the riding God. That's why we say good God. Good God, man. Put a D in front of evil and you've got the devil, right? Magna Carta was written by royals, so it may sound like it's doing everyone a favour, and some of it maybe will be the truth, but in whole there'll be a clause in there which still says you're a slave, you'll never be free. Inside this dome that we live, there is no free dome. Everything's paid for. It's Satan's world. If Satan wants me to sign anything, it'll just be that he's a C-U-N-T I nearly swore. That's all you're getting from me, Satan, the middle finger. Like that bit in Constantine at the end when God's lifting Constantine out of the earth. And he's just holding the middle finger up to Satan. And then Satan takes the cancer out of him so God can't take him, hoping that he will sin again. Satan was the first sinner. And he probably changed himself in heaven and minced into the throne room. You, Father! The Almighty One just looked down at that little speck of nothing and said, he didn't swear, but he said, "You are now fallen. Fallen you shall stay." And Satan will never be sorry for the things that he's done in this world or in heaven. We are different. We have a chance to repent. We didn't see this coming. Someone fooled us into sinning. And even if you don't believe in God or the devil, at the end of this thrill ride, you're going to find out the truth that both exist. And you're going to feel foolish because you had a brain to think for yourself and you never used it. However long you live here, whether it's 40 years, 80 years, 120 years, you never, ever, ever saw it coming. You never sinned of your own free accord. Well, you sinned, but you didn't sin like Satan's made you sin. Lusting after the same gender. Hating the opposite gender. Do you want to go out, Marlon? Wee wee. Which is basically what Satan wants. God's own creation to hate itself and each other. And most people do. Most people Satan is female? No, Satan dresses like a female. Satan added a pair of breasts on that God didn't give him. He is a man pretending to be a woman. The devil wears Prada. Satan's a female. Yeah, my ass. He wishes she was. It's exactly the same effect, right? There are all these MTFs wearing big plastic moon. Can you imagine Satan mincing into the throne room wearing a moon bomb going, "Look, Father, I'm pregnant." For the second time in creation, God rolled his eyes back and tutted. No, Satan's definitely a man. It says he, just like they say that God is a he spirit, whatever he is. But he's the Almighty and he's all-knowing. So he already knew Satan was going to do this anyway, right? He knew Satan was going to mince into the throne room wearing a moon bump and a Prada dress and 6-inch high heels, all tightened up to the nines in makeup and jewellery. If the world is still allowed to exist, then something good comes out of it. Because we wouldn't be experiencing this moment right now, right? If it was all bad from here on in and there is no hope for anybody and no salvation through Christ or any type of lifeline that he throws us, we wouldn't even be experiencing this moment. We'd all be sat in hell. I know for some of you it feels like hell, but it's not hell. It's just Satan's rule over the kingdom, Middle Earth, where God doesn't intercept. Unless, I think, maybe in very special circumstances, when someone is absolutely perfect, I think God may intervene and intercept things. There are a lot of stories out there, right, that they've created. And some people even say, Jesus is a story. Well, if he is, I bet they hadn't created it. Just from the hatred alone, I've watched people, I say people, inverts, freak out when I use his name through flat earth, from my 6 years of flat earth. And bearing in mind I was surrounded by them, there was loads of them. I can't say it was all of the people in the chats because I was there, which meant there is a chance that normal people also were there with me, but very few. In all of that time, every time I used his name, Jesus, they freaked, they flipped, they mocked, they scoffed. Everything that Jesus said they'd do, they did. He said they'd persecute me, but not to fear because they hated him first. Because you bring in the truth, they're going to hate you. You're the destroyer of worlds, right? You destroy the spell, the paradigm that they're living in. You break it, you shatter it. I have the same feeling, Kirsten. They wouldn't mock him if he didn't exist, if he didn't have some sort of power over the demonic realm. They wouldn't mock him so much. It's like when you see someone getting bullied and they don't want to fight, but the countenance is there if they have to. You know, it's the same thing. That Jesus mocks you. Jesus mocks you. God created Jesus to be the persecuted one, the one to be mocked and scoffed, not you. They are going to mock and scoff you, but you haven't lived a perfect life like he did. That's the only difference. You were created in his image the same way. This is why Jesus refers to himself as the Son of Man. This is why when I listen to these people saying he's the devil and all this, he's the Son of Man. Jesus referred to himself as the Son of Man. I am a Son of Man. I'm not the Son of Man, but I'm a Son of Man. And God said not to have faith in man. Well, Jesus was a bit more than a man, wasn't he? He's the only man in mankind's history to turn the tables and whip bankers. smash him. Smash him with a whip. Which is what they deserve for what they've done to the world, they really do, but in a humane world, we imprison people, right? Or jail them, should I say, imprisonments for slaves, when you admit your legal name. And again, it all goes back to the Magna Carta and what is it called? The C'est la Vie papers, 1666. It all goes back to registering and giving away your share of the country. Everybody's supposed to get a share of the country. That's a piece of land and a piece of its wealth. If that makes sense to you. Somewhere in the past, people did work for free, but they received an amount of wealth in food and salt and whatever they needed, so they wouldn't have to worry about anything. But even that's been changed, so that they can monopolise the world. And that's what they've done. They've monopolised the whole world through every power possible, including military. They even made up a military for space. This is how bad it is. We need Space Force. And who's the backer? Who's the big head honcho behind Space Force? Oh, it's Donna. And all these people that think that Donna's coming to save them, well, Donna's told the truth in part, how screwed up the world is, but nothing's going to happen because Donna still works for them. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. And you're right when they say you just follow the money back, you find out who's been doing it. Correct. But there's a higher power than some bloke in charge of a bank. Well, I say a higher power, I mean a higher spiritual wickedness. For we wrestle not with flesh and bone, but with spiritual wickedness in high places. The kings, the queens, the prime ministers, the popes, everybody in a high place of power is guilty. I'm telling you now. And then as you come down that, all you got to do is follow the money. How do you follow the money? Well, you go after all the people with the big houses and the big cars. It's that simple. End of story. Find them all instantly. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just follow the money. Bink. There you go. Once you get to them, you just check the skulls, don't you? You put them side by side, like that picture there, husband and wife. And if the husband looks like the wife and the wife looks like the husband, they're inverted, aren't they? We've been doing this far too long. Far too long. I don't even think it was trade and bartering. I think they invented bartering and trade up as well. That was a bit. Trade and bartering would have been the beginning of money. Where you say, I will give you this many oranges for that many bananas. Just, we'll grow each other as many oranges and bananas as we need, full stop. Then nobody's got a monopoly over the oranges or the bananas or the pineapples because it'll just start again. The way I look at it is, they had to wait for some sort of reset or wipe out of the world's people and population to be able to do this. Either concocted by themselves or after the flood. But it was still screwed after the flood because money was still there when Jesus got here. When Jesus got here, there was money. He said that the love of money was the root of all evil. No, it's not. I can't even believe that. Again, I think that's them adding bits, the love of money. I think money is the root of all evil, full stop. That's what Jesus was saying, not the love of it. Just it is, it's the root of all evil. And people who love it are more evil than others. Just point taken. I still get it. Camped outside the MP houses. If they knew what the MPs were, it'd be worse than that. They'd all be going to jail. Simple as. They're all criminals, Kirsten. None of them have earned anything. They're like 2 Jags Prescott. He's not got one, he's got 2 Jags. Greedy fat bastard. He probably needs 2 anyway. Every few months the suspension goes in one and he's got to use the other carriage. She has got to use the other carriage. But again, where do you want it all to end? Does it take God's immaculate will to do it, or can mankind manage it themselves? I've got no idea. I really don't. It's a shame that mankind has lost its backbone and its balls. I was horrified when I found out the world was flat. Horrified by it. I was disgusted in what they'd done to Jesus, and then just removed from my body at the thought that God was real. Just literally out of my body experience. Like looking down on myself from the ceiling. Just in utter shock. I'm more disgusted with my own arrogance that I didn't notice before, that I didn't pay attention to the world. My own ignorance, if you like, and arrogance, but ignorance because I was ignorant to it. You only got to look at the flowers and the plants. You know, take your time when you do this and you research things. They say about photosynthesis, it all makes no sense as well, the photosynthesis showed. But you look at the flowers and you look at the way because the sun spirals inward and then goes outward on a spiral, you get a frequency of light, of heat that shines over certain parts of the earth. And as such, God laid out different flowers, like in February you see the bluebells, you see the blue and the yellow, the bluebells, and then now in March you see the daisies, the white and the yellows, the dandelions and the daisies now. And next come the roses and the foxgloves and all the rest of it. All these colours and frequencies and all come from his vibration. It's what it is, it's vibration, sound frequency vibration. It's exactly what light is, right? Sound frequency vibration. Concentrated. So, just looking at the plants alone, I know that I live on a big earth, however big it is, even if it's bigger than 25,000 miles, which we've been told it is, we live on this beautiful kingdom, this dome, inside a dome, where everything is really free. It's us that don't allow it to be. We just accepted what someone told us. What kings and queens have done over the centuries. They give us a backlog of history of how kings and queens did this to each other and did this to the people and did that. In reality, if someone's starving you and your children, there'll be all out war, and that's what would happen if in any country, if they started starving everybody, there'd be all out war against the people doing it to them. They'd be locked in jail. But it's all just propaganda, it's all false. As far as I'm concerned, there are third world countries and they are much more impoverished than, say, England or Spain or France or Holland or whatever. They are more impoverished, but only because of these people. The same way you're impoverished, you still think you're better off because you've got a television, you've got food in your fridge. In comparison, you're not living under a bridge or whatever, but your life is exactly the same. You're not happy, are you? You got to admit, right? I only had a false sense of happiness when I was before I discovered the truth. I didn't really know what happiness was. I had that, like the American dream. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And now, in hindsight, from this perspective, I know that nothing I could have done would have got me to be a celebrity, because that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a celebrity magician. I could never have got on telly. No matter how much I tried, I'd have wasted my whole life. And then when I met God, he said, you know, you wasted your whole life. Look, this is what they've done to the world, and you're not one of them, so you could never have got on telly. You wasted your whole life, Peter. Which is why Jesus said, drop what you're doing and follow me. It didn't mean, as far as I'm concerned, it didn't mean drop your house and your family and everything. Just all the things that you think are important, forget about them, because they're not. When I concentrated on Jesus, I found God a lot quicker than I thought I would. Jesus talks about him like he is the only good person, or deity, spirit, whatever you want to call it, in existence. Jesus spoke about him that way. So even the most perfect man, that's what Jesus was. He was born of a woman, not a spirit. He's a spirit of God inside flesh, like we are. Son of man. came and lived as a man and showed the rest of mankind how they should have been living, or should live their lives, and still the world didn't listen. And Jesus would have known he was going to die, right? Jesus would have known that this is what they was going to do to him. But they couldn't kill him, right? That's the point of the whole story of Jesus, is that your spirit isn't killed. Your body may die, but your spirit goes on. There's a transfer of your energy. To where? Well, that'll be up to you, innit? Apparently there's a plus and a negative. There's a positive and a negative. And you got free will. And because you don't believe in either, the negative takes you. You get to go to Satan because you didn't find God in a living. God gave you a brain. He gave you a living, beautiful spirit and mind. He gave you feelings. I'm not just talking about emotional feeling. I'm talking about feeling. You can feel if the world was spinning. You're going to get to God and say, yeah, well, I thought the world was spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. And then God puts you in a car moving at 70 miles an hour and opens the window. Really? This is only 70 miles an hour! God's beard flopping out the window. I don't know. I really don't know what it's going to be like for most people. But the Bible states that there'll be great gnashing of teeth. Gnashing, that means grinding, you know. People literally grinding the teeth down at their own stupidity, wailing in people's hearts. Wailing. You know what that means, don't you? Right? Not wailing as in fishing. But, well, yeah, maybe it does. Lots of water. The waterways will be turned on. I wept like a baby when I realised God was real. It took my breath away. I was hysterical for at least 10 minutes. Literally hysterical. Laughing and then crying, laughing and crying. The sadness of what they'd done to me. Of what they'd done to the world first. And then what they'd done to me. It started to dawn on me. I was part of this world now. Part of the sinning and the problem. So I wanted to change everything, I guess, about myself. They say that one man can't change the world. Well, Jesus did a pretty good job of it, didn't he? He bloody well did. Did a bloody good job of it. He changed the hearts and minds of millions. Millions and millions of people around the world. And when you find God and through Jesus, you become a better person. That's not what Satan wants. Satan doesn't want you to become a better person. So how can Jesus be Satan? How can the book be full of lies if it makes you a better person? There's stuff in there I totally disagree with. Jesus said, if you're a slave, respect your master. No, Jesus wouldn't have said that. He said, your master, you know one's slave. That makes no sense. That's a slaver talking. God saw the gold and the gold was good. No, that's a jeweler speaking. Jesus said use a usury when you don't have any cash. No, that's a banker speaking. They're all in there, all of the inverted power lines, the money, religion, they've all got their own say in that book that makes you negate their sin against you. That's what, you know, I don't know, maybe it's a one-way path you're on, that it can't be changed. That you, Poncho Pete, he wants me to send it to you, wants me, what are we on about? I don't know what you mean, I've got no idea what we're talking about. Stop interrupting me. You've ruined my train of thought. Where was that? Oh yeah. So the 4 big lies for me right there. And then you've got things like God stopped the son of the valley of Gibeon and told him to kill all the children except the virgin girls. You can keep them for yourselves, you dirty, wicked, perverted old men. Keep the little girls for yourself. Nonsense. God didn't say nothing of the sort. It's human trafficker speaking. slave owners. And then they enslaved the whole world without telling you about it. In what you think is freedom, you're enslaved every day. Through your own stupidity. Locking yourself into a mortgage. Mortuary, meaning till death. Mortgage. And then a gauge of your life. So, your life, all the way to your death, you'll be paying that mortgage off, and when you've paid it off, the government will tax it and tax your children, and they won't be able to live in it, and blah 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 blah. All the legal name bollocks. All comes back to the Magna Carta and the C'est la vie. The whole system is a legal system, and the legal system in Latin is bollocks. And when we say bollocks, we mean it means nonsense. Emmanuel F.E. Truther sent me his gate and Adam's apple. He wants you to do him. I've never heard of this person. It's nobody as far as I'm concerned. If he's done his gate and that, and it's clear, well, big deal. Why does he want me to do it? He's not anybody special. Emmanuel F.A. Truther. If it was Mark Sargent, I'd say yes. Even though we've already got Sargent's gate. He's got man in his name. I don't like it. Mind you, Jesus was supposed to be called Emmanuel, right? Let's sing One for God real quick. Look, what started that off? How long have we been going? Ages. I didn't even realise. Sorry, someone sent me off on a rant. I don't know how I ended up there, but we did. This one goes out to God. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time, but sooner or later gotta cut. It's gonna cut you down. Well, good. I forgot where we are. Oh yeah. Tell the long-tongued liar, go and tell the midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut. It's gonna cut you down. It's gonna cut you down. Well, goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet by the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me with a voice so sweet, swear I hit the shovel of an angel's feet. He called my name and my heart stood still. He said, Punch, go do my will. Go tell the long-tongued liar, go and tell the midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. He said, tell him that God's gonna cut. He's gonna cut you down. You do it every time, Kirsten. You're right, it's you. You're a bad egg. You can throw your rock, hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. Sure as God made black and white, stunned in the dark when we brought into the light. Run on for a long time, keep running for a long time. Said, run on for a long time, but sooner or later gotta cut. It's gonna cut you down. Said, sooner or later gotta cut. It's gonna cut you down. You knew that was the last song, didn't you? Do you want a biscuit? Is that what Marlo wants? Does he want a biscuit? Does Marlo want a biscuit? Have you got all your dog food? Are you hungry? Have you eaten it all? It looks like you're eating it all. Ooh! You want some proper food? Marlo wants some food. You want one of them off Mark? What we got? Oh, Marlo. You want one of them? Does Marley one? I can't even open it, Marley. Marley! What's that? Oh, Marley. Ooh, Marlo. Right, give me that. food. Marley wants some food. Is it for Mark? You got some Mark food? Is it for Mark? Hey? Is it for listen to you, man. Crying for it. Is it for Mark? What we got, Marley? What we got, Marley? Oh, Marla! What's that? You smell it, can't you? You smell that? I'm sure you can. What you got? What's that? Marley wants some food. You want some food? You want some food? Just Marley wants some food. You want some food, Marley? Hey? Marley wants some food. There you go. Is that nice, puppy? I love seeing him happy. I really do. Right. Can I sit down now, dog? Now that you got some food, I'm shutting that back door, by the way. You got some food? You got some food? Right, I am back. I am going to sit down. I am going to join you all. There we go. Wait a second, boys and girls. I'm just rearranging myself. There we go. Oh no, where's that gone? Balls. Dang it, where's my skull just gone? Oh, you're just winding me up. Where's my skulls gone? Those holes! They're hiding them from me. They've vanished again. Really? No, there they are. Right, there we go. Right. Every day we look at a human skeleton because there is no subject. Nothing at all on this God-given plane that beats forensic anthropology. The discovery that men have got bigger faces came to me when looking at animals. I saw it in cats and dogs, in pairs of cats and dogs of the same type. I started to notice that the males were bigger than the females, and I could see it in the face. I could see it in lions. I could see it in tigers. All of a sudden, I realised that I could see it in people, which is why my nana said, never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. Women have got close set, rounded eyes. Men have got far apart, rectangular eyes. Bigger nose, bigger teeth, little teeth, wide dental arch to match the wide eyes, square jaw, short sloping forehead, massive five head, smaller triangle, everything slopes inwards to a pointed chin. In general, the woman's face looks like an upside down egg shape and a man's looks like a block, a square or a rectangle. Once you get used to seeing these differences, you should be able to see which one of these is male and which one is female look. And this is what we do. We look for these characteristics when looking at people. And if a woman's got a big square jaw and deep set eyes and a short sloping forehead, compared to the sloping jaw of a real woman and a pointed chin, we have an answer. Let's go back. Excerpts of copyright material may under circumstances be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news point, teaching and research without the need for permission or payment to a copyright holder. To the noddy holder. Bink. Let's come over to class, say hello to you all. How are you all doing? Who's first in tonight? It was Susanna. Susanna. How are you doing, Susanna? Oh, I ain't even shared the stream yet. Look at that. Sent me off on a rant, Kirsten. And I haven't even shared the stream. Wait 1 second, I'll be right back. Can you hear Marlo in that food bowl? He's loving it. He loves that food. We'll have to get you some more, aren't we, eh? Home. There. Yeah, look at that. Sent me off. Pause. I sounded just like my mother then. I did. So much like her, it's unreal. Where are we? Oh yeah, copy and paste. Dip. Dippy dippy dip. Bink. There. Paste. Paste. Wait for the picture. There it is. Post to Facebook. Tweet to Twitter. Paste. Come back to Facebook, share to group, and we are good to go. Share to group. Post. Done. Right, now I can come back to you lot. How are you all doing? I hope you had a nice day on the non-spinning stationary flat plane. Anointing too many blessings to you also. Grace Van Weber in New York. Kyle Shinobi. Rachel's here. Hello, Rachel. Juice, how you doing? Alpha, Luke, Gabby. Hello, g'day, mate. How you doing, Gabby? Down under. Not down under. I tell lies. Brainwashing, look. Kicking in. Kirsten Wall, how you doing, darling? Jack, hello. How you doing? Is that everybody? I think it is. Where's the message I'm supposed? Agent D, how you doing? Gender inversion affects all levels of society. It does. Where am I? Yep, some people don't want to know. I totally agree. No matter what you do, you can't change the minds. That's why Jesus said, "Don't cast your pearls among the swine." Go and get your food. Go on. You can't have eaten that already, you fat little bugger. Go on. Yes. Go and get your food. Hello, Anna Susan. How you doing? You love the rant. Blame Kirsten. She does it all the time. She says something and it just triggers me. Emmanuel, the FE truth here. Well, he's got a man in his name. I'm kidding. He sent a picture of his gate and his Adam's apple. He wants you to do him. Well, I don't care about him. He's nobody special, is he? Why does he want me to do him? Does he deny that this is happening? Is he a non-EGI believer? And that's it, everybody. Okay, welcome to the show. They are born into lying habitually. You've got to understand this. They lie habitually. They have no problem coming in chat, lying to your face, befriending you, and then turning on you. All it is to cause confusion. When I realised that God existed, and when I realised that this was happening, all the people that I thought my friends in Flat Earth turned on me. All of them did. Apart from maybe one or two. Nearly all of them did. And it's because they're all inverted and they're all under fans of people like Patricia Stern, Mark Sargent, Dave Murphy. They're all under fans of theirs. So if you say something bad about this person, they're going to intercept. Or anytime you're going to say something, hello Trini, anytime you're going to say something against their rhetoric, these Uber fans, whatever you want to call them, they traffic around messages. They want to turn people against you. The problem is, how many real people exist in Flat Earth? How many real people exist in transvestigations? In reality, God said in the Bible that he was going to make man as real men as rare as gold. This includes the woman, right? The real woman is going to be made as rare as gold. Those, as far as I'm concerned, those references refer to you because you're rare as gold. Everyone else is an absolute mong chop, right? You're surrounded by idiots. Even when you can get someone to acknowledge this is happening, they don't care. It doesn't change them in any way. They haven't found God. It's a personal experience that when you find whichever rabbit hole it is that you go down, for me it was Flat Earth. No, it was legal name fraud was the first one. Legal name fraud was the first rabbit hole I went down, and I was down it for about 1.5 years before I found Flat Earth. And I was down Flat Earth for 6 years till I found this subject. But this one destroys both those subjects and every other subject I learned in between all of them. And I've learnt loads from no airplanes with fuel and, you know, all this stuff. For me, there's no debate in any of it. You either understand this or you don't. You either understand that water's level and never bends or you don't. There's no point debating with someone whether water's bendy or not because you know it's not. I'm wasting my time. You're wasting your time. To explain it to someone for the first time, that's different. I'm talking about arguing with these online internet paid military trolls. That's what they are. The military educated or working, and they get paid minimum 150 grand a year just to lie and tell lies and make people scoff and mock and try and ridicule you. For me, it wasn't that easy, was it, you bunch of tossers? Because I naturally take the piss. It's always been in my nature to make people laugh. When I was in Flat Earth, even they love me. Even the flip-flops love me. Because of the videos I made and stuff. Alright, I look back at it and some of them are totally shite, but there's no other man that did it. There was just me. At that time, it was just me. That's why they all loved me. They wanted me in all the Flat Earth debates. I was the most sweary, arguing person you can imagine. And I would not go down without a fight. And they knew it. But what I didn't know was, no matter which person I was talking to, whether it's a globe earther saying I was crazy or a flat earther saying I was right, they were all on the same team. They all knew each other and paid to argue with each other. That's the control that they have over the internet, right? That they control so many accounts. Get out, you're boring me. Come on. It was open, the damn door was open, you tosser. Just stood right in front of me looking at me, the tosser. Back door was open. Right. So, where were we? Oh yeah. So, I was surrounded by liars. They still exist in this realm as well, as we've already realised. There are people doing the wrong skulls. These people won't show you the gates. They won't show you the faces. They're too afraid to do it. Even if someone was to do your face wrong, or to do your gate wrong. Everyone saw that picture I showed, right, of what Roberto did to me. Absolutely pathetic work. But the most important thing was you showed the whole community your fruits. Is what you did. And that's what Jesus said, right? You'll know them by their fruits. I don't go around doing this to people, which is why I'm surprised that Emmanuel, if he knows anything about me, I don't do normal people. I don't. And the only time I want a normal person's gate is like with Roberto. It's been 3 or 4 months. You and Josephine, your teacher, still haven't put your gates up for the community to look at. And your faces. High definition pictures of your faces like I did. I had nothing to fear in the beginning. I've got nothing to fear at the end because I know that is God on both ends. He is the beginning. He began all of it. God began all of this in me. The Spirit inside of me, given to me by God, was blessed by God again to see the kingdom of heaven for the first time in my life at age 40. He was there at the beginning of this life. He was there at the beginning of this truth that I'm experiencing. And it's going to be him at the end of both. At the end of this truth and the end of my life, I'm going to be stood before the Almighty High Creator, which I have great resonant frequency with now. I have great connection to him because all my life I spent not praying, not praising, not thanking, and certainly not worshipping the things that he's given me. I don't want to see his bin. Shut up! Stop phoning me up! I don't want to meet God in shame. And that's what Satan set us all up to do. Every single one of us. That's your parents, your mothers, your brothers, your sisters. They're all going to meet God in shame. Not just them, their wives, their husbands, their children. They're all going to meet God in shame with their heads hung low. I know I've done wrong. I repent. I am so sorry, Father, for the mistakes I've made in the living. But my big brother, Jesus, he said, forgive him, Father, for he knew not what he did. My big brother. So you got two big brothers down here. One of them's not really your brother because he wasn't born of a woman. He's not son of man the way Jesus is. His name's Satan. He's the other brother. He's the one in the bad place. So you got your chance to go up and meet God through Jesus, or you get a chance to go down and meet Lucifer through Satan, Baphomet, whatever you want to call it. For me, I've made my choice. I know which side of the road I'm on, which side of the fence I'm on. There's no sitting in the middle. Satan owns that middle fence. Yeah? I told you the other day that story I read. God and the devil are there on each side of the fence. And God says, you got to pick, son. You either pick me or you pick the devil. And the man said, no, I'm just going to sit on the fence right here. I don't have to pick either of you, do I? And with that, everything went black and Satan snatched him and pulled him over the fence. And he said, no, you can't do that. You can't do that, Satan. I'm sat on the fence. He said, I put the fence up. And there's nothing truer than that, right? God wouldn't put the fence there. Satan did. For you to sit on and do nothing, twiddle your thumbs in the living. So again, I'm just lost. Every one of us is lost, but he sent us a lifeline in amongst all this lies and confusion, which makes you feel lost. He sent a lifeline back. That you should just ignore all the stuff that Satan's saying around you and just concentrate on God. And when you do that, everything goes away. I turned the television off. I turned off Satan and his lies years ago. Satan went away. All the stories like the 9/11 and that, so people had to tell me about it for me to go and look on telly and watch. Because I never watched that shite. I never watched any of it. God makes it simple to see. That's the only thing I can tell you. Every time I've found truth, it's always a simple answer. Does water bend? No. Then the earth's flat. Simple answer. God's truth. It resonates inside of you. You know there's no such thing as bendy water. You know what it feels like to be spun. God gave you a multitude of senses for feelings. You can feel when you're upside down. You can feel when you're travelling at 70 miles an hour and the wind's blowing in your face. You can tell, you can feel, you can sense. But you've believed a massive lie that the world spins at 1,000 miles an hour and you can't feel it. You've believed a massive lie that water bends. Stuck between good and evil is where you are, a rock and an hard place. Because God is the rock. He's the rock for you to stand on. Anything other than that is an hard place. It's Satan's world. The truth is the truth and it will set you free. Let's do our first investigation, shall we? Nia Jax. It's a male wrestler by the look of it. Savellina. His name's Savellina. Savellina Faneni is an Australian-American professional wrestler. She is signed to WWE. Well, that's not a woman. That is not a woman. Look at that staunch 1,000 yard stare. Then look at them good shoulder. Holy moly. He's a big lad, isn't he? He is though, isn't he? There ain't a lady out there, not a woman out there that could identify with his body, right, ladies? Look at the size of them shoulders. Look at the... I reckon he's got, what? They're at least 20-inch biceps. He's not even flexing. Massive, massive muscles. Huge everything. Huge legs, huge hips, huge shoulders. He's a big fella. And there he is. In all his glory. Let's follow the widest part up, shall we? Right there. It's above the crotch. Thanks for playing CSI. It's a man. Final answer. I don't worry about the people that want to debate this. If it's like flat earth. If they want to debate flat earth, they're idiots and you're wasting your time. If they want to try and debate forensics, they're idiots and you're wasting your time. The way to debunk flat earth is to study it And when you realise you can't debunk it, you become a flat earther. The way to debunk forensic anthropology, anthropology is to study it. But you must be the most stupidest person in the world if you think you're going to debunk crime scene investigation, because it's a studied forensic science. It works all around the world in every single courtroom. If you debunk forensics, you debunk every single court case that's been proven guilty or not guilty on forensics back into the courtroom. That's where we live. Alright, folks? We live in a world where you're surrounded by people that just accept what they're told instead of going and researching something for themselves. Research means to go back and research it, not look at someone else's research. It's to research it yourself, to make sure that person's telling you the truth. It looks like I was going to say Megan Fox, but it's not Megan Fox. He's massive. Look at the size of him. Look, that's not pear-shaped, is it? That is not pear-shaped, is it? That's apple-shaped, look. Apple-shaped, there. Pear-shaped, it's thin, it goes outwards, and then it comes back in. Pear-shaped. Apple-shaped. Dude, final answer. He's got big arms as well. I'm going to need a 50-50. I quite like that as your 50-50, really. That skull is massive, though, isn't it? The brow bone running through the middle of the face, look. Even though a dentist, a plastic surgeon has come in with a sander and sanded down the brow bone, look. Right here, that white line running through the middle into each corner of the eye. That's your brow bone, still there, look. Still there. But they will wink their eyes and they will stick out their tongues. Mocking you to your face is what they're doing. And there's nothing more satisfying for these people than passing. You understand? Passing you in public, passing you in private. And you not recognize it, satisfying for them. That day is coming to an end where every one of these celebrities, no matter who they are, wrestler, politician, it don't matter. That day is coming to an end when everybody understands forensics. They'll get called out. Like Kirsten said earlier on, camped outside their houses. Oh my gosh, they won't even be able to walk outside their house. They'll be getting called down. They all should go to prison, jail. Sorry, I keep saying prison. Jail, the criminals. For lying to mankind. However, if this person was forced to do it, blackmailed into it and all the rest of it, I have a different option. Then they become victims, right? You've got to understand that, yeah? If it's not of their own free will. Like, I freely choose to love God. And God knows this. That's why he gave me free will. That's why he loves it, because I'm giving it freely. I'm not being... God hasn't bribed me to give my love to him, to give my praise to him, to give thought to him, and thanks and gratitude to him. He didn't bribe me in any way. He didn't force me into anything. He just showed me the truth. I was shown the truth and I understood that God is real. And the minute I understood he was real, I could feel his mercy, I could feel his forgiveness, I could feel his love. It's the first thing I could feel was his love. And he must love me for me to know these things. And he must love you for you to know these things. It's not like he doesn't love the rest of the world. He knows that because he can see the future, he knows what you're going to do. He knew how he was going to react to this. He knew how he was going to pick up the ball, we'll call it a ball, the subject, the topic, and run with it. Whereas everybody else would just look at the ball and laugh, right? What's that? It's the truth. What, you don't even want to kick the truth around with me? Most people don't, right? Most people don't want to kick the truth around with you. It scares them. Terrifies them, because they already think they know everything. You don't know nothing until you know God exists. You truly don't. You don't feel nothing until you know God exists. You think you've got feelings now. You think you're happy. You think you're this. You think you're that. But you're none of these things. It takes the truth to reveal it to you before you truly know what happiness is. What true happiness feels like. Not what they've told you is. For you, happiness is the American dream. You move to America or wherever you're from and move somewhere and you make it big and you make your business and you become a Steve Jobs. It's not happening. It's a lie. It's propaganda to get you to believe that there is an American dream, an English dream, a French dream, a Spanish dream, a Portuguese dream. You can become the next Spanish footballer worth millions and billions. And there's parents all over Spain sending the little boys to football clubs and camps, making millions of pounds out of the parents. And the kid's going to go nowhere. Wasted. All of it wasted. Wasted time. We could be building each other houses and farms and food and doing more productive things. And we don't. Because blokes like this entertain you on a Saturday night getting the fake baps out with the big, massive, thick, door-stop brow bones. If it doesn't sicken you that they've done this to men, and then real men, biological men, are lusting after this, saying things, I'd sooner shag that than my own wife, the person you're married to, the one that you gave your vows to, you'd sooner have sex with this man than your own wife. Sad. There's a gate, that's a mad final answer. Look at those kneecaps. Straight legs, knees together, it's a dude. It's a man in a dress. Look at the size of him. Look at that mouth. No woman in the history of my life has ever yelled or shouted at me and shown me a black hole as big as that. Ever. When a woman gets mad, you get this little circle, this little mouth. Doesn't look like that. I could shove 3 Farley's rusks straight in that gullet there. That mouth would fit 3 massive baby biscuits. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, English people? Farley's rusks. I could put 3 Farley's rusks in that gob. Do you know what? I quite like that as your 50-50 compared to the other one, even though it's a bit smaller. I like that one as well. Right, I'll take that one. I'll take that other gate that we've got. Let's finish the investigation. Oh my God, look at the state of that. Is there any one of you think that's a woman? I don't think so. And it's the same when you start looking in real life. Some of them pass better than others. I agree. Some of them do. But they've all got these indicators and markers that give them away. And they know it. The short arms, the small hands. Even if they pass on the face to you, the rest of the body will still be wrong. Who did we do the other day? Duncan Trussell. Let me have a look. This body type here is just, it just doesn't look right no matter what you do to it. That's him. We looked at him the other day, I couldn't find any gates, could I? And I thought that a couple of the pictures, I thought they were AI, didn't they? But it's not. It's actually his eyes are that close and he does look like that. Where's that picture? Let's try walk and it might give me through that. There was one picture. There it is. Right? So I've done this the other day. I took one for a funny looking. He's got his nipples erased. Remember the picture where it looks like his nipples have been erased? And I was about to close this page the other day. And this one picture came up and it's right there. I can see it now. Straight away, you've got to admit there's something very, very wrong in this picture. I don't know if you can see that at home. Can you see it? Let me have a look. OBS. You can see what I'm pointing at. Look at that little picture there. It caught my attention straight away. Because the first thing I thought was, this man is a dwarf. That is literally what I thought. He's a dwarf. He's got to be a dwarf. Because there's something very, very wrong with the arms, the limbs. I know it looks like AI again, doesn't it? But there's something very, very wrong with the picture, with the person. There is again, look, those weird looking eyes. Oh, it is AI generated. Maybe it is AI generated. And that one too. Has he done that to himself? Yeah, he has. Maybe that one is AI generated. It doesn't say it is, but now I'm looking at it, maybe it is AI generated. But there was no gates for this Duncan Trussell. So there's no I can do with it. Anyway. Right, let's go back. This bloke right here with a rectangle shaped eyes and the far apart cheekbones. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's just a dude, right? It's just a fucking dude. All day long till the cows come home. And it's the same when looking at these, look. It looks wrong. Is that a doll? Even the doll looks wrong. Wait 1 second. Let me go back to the top where that other picture was of him walking. But this, look at this. It looks wrong, and that's not AI generated. That's the real thing. What you're looking at is the straight legs of a man, look. Everything else is plastic surgery, fake everything, fake boobs, fake hips. This should not be a straight line. It's supposed to look like a pear. It's supposed to come back in. Even when stood like that, the woman's legs are angled outwards below the crotch, not above it. This is above, look. Again, so the male leg bone's coming up here, look, and then joins into the hip there. You can see it, look, there, widest part above the crotch. Wrong body type, right? Just doesn't look right because you're looking at a man. Same with that other one. Even if it's AI generated, it's creating a woman's figure out of the male, right? The woman that's there pretending to be male. It's just a bloke in. Oh my gosh, not that one. We go back a picture. Look at the state of this one. Sweet baby Jesus, look at them shoulders. Right across. The reference photos are filled with inverts. Yeah, I said that from the off. It's studying inverted photos and giving you an inverted AI response. Women with straight up and down bodies, look at the length of this arm. In the MK Ultra Sex Kitten programming leopard skin leotard. But this is what they've done. They've made women think that this is what women look like. Look at this one there, the square jaw. Will all the wrestling fans care when they find out? I hope so. When I found out wrestling wasn't real, I stopped watching it. But most people still watched it. They still didn't care. I did care. And I thought, it's not real, I don't care then. I thought it was real. Walking. When I found out Mark Knopfler, who sings in Dire Straits, wasn't a real man, I stopped listening to Dire Straits. The same with all these celebrities. All the great actors that I loved, De Niro, Pacino, they're all women. You're liars. You're professional liars. And then it dawns on you, this is what they're giving awards for. When it says this one is the greatest male screen actor this year, and De Niro stood there taking the Oscar for the greatest, it's not for the greatest male, it's for the greatest female playing the role of a male. It's what they're giving the award for. Everybody who watched the movie that award was given to was fooled into thinking that De Niro was this scary man or whatever is playing in it, and it's actually a woman. I don't know, Kirsten. My mate Mally, my brother Paul, my mate Sweaty, all three of them know that Liverpool, they're all Liverpool fans, they all know that Liverpool are women, told to them by me. shown and proved to them by me through Gates and teams. I ripped Liverpool apart because it's my brother's favourite club. Because he had the ratio taken off me, twat. I ripped Liverpool apart. There's no question that Liverpool Football Club are all inverted women. And if Liverpool are all inverted, then that must mean the same for Man United. There are no men, it's Women United. Will they care? All three of those people don't care that they're watching flip-flops playing football, not even watching men. It bothers me greatly. It bothered me greatly when I found out I wasn't watching men box. It bothered me greatly that my favourite boxer, Joe Calzaghe, was a woman in disguise. It disgruntled me. It no longer is Joe Calzaghe the greatest male welterweight champion the world has ever seen. No, it's a woman. Firstly, you're a deceiver and a liar. I can tell just by your shoulder dip. By your look straight across shoulders, shoulder dipping. Woman here, man there. Bigger skeleton here, look. Smaller skeleton there. I lost all devotion to these fake idols. That's what they are. The Bible states that they are fake idols, and that's exactly what they are. They're not what they say they are. Someone sent me a text earlier on saying, they believe it's done in fetal progression and they give them skills and talents. They're born with them. No, bollocks. You can't make a baby be born with messy football skills. It's nonsense. Everything is nurtured into them. Like Horatio learning, like me learning guitar. If I'd carried on studying, I'd got better and better and better at it. I just didn't. These people are forced into carrying on studying wrestling or studying the Bible. Whatever it is that they've been chosen to lie about, they become gifted in it because they're trained in it every day. You and I go to school every day and have to do all this stuff. Like Amanda. Amanda's a woman, knew she was going to marry someone like Jack, someone famous, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't have to worry. Goes to normal school, learns normal stuff, but doesn't learn to be talented the way one of these people are. They marry someone who's talented, you know. So yeah, I don't believe in none of the in utero bollocks. If you could change a baby inside the womb, then why are they giving this person a boob job? Why has he got fake tits? Why ain't he got real ones? If they can do it inside the womb. Anybody talking to you about in utero is a lying piece of shit, full stop. End of story. Hans Womack did it all when I first started, and I started believing in it. But then when you study forensics properly, you're like, no, there are only two skeletons. It's proven there are only two skeletons, and what I have learned, you're trying to undo. That is what the in utero bollocks is. If they can change a girl into a boy in the womb and a boy into a girl, then forensics doesn't work, does it? Because that's a boy and that's a girl. Doesn't work. They're undermining what you've already learned. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to remove and muddy the waters of what you already know to be true. Men have far apart eyes, women have closer eyes, full stop. Men's eyes are higher, women's eyes are lower, full stop. It doesn't change. These can spread out a little bit and these can be a little bit closer, I agree, but the shape and distance in them remains male to female. The rounded eye versus the rectangular eye, the bigger nose versus, it's all these things. But they say that they can go into a woman's womb, God's playground, where God, remember God knits all the children together, not Satan. Nobody can go into the womb and mess with a child. God put bars and doors in front of us to stow our proud ways. Not ours, theirs. The ones that thought they could be like God. Just remember, it was the first lie. It was the first kid lie Satan told. You can be like God. That was the first lie, full stop. He's the father of all lies. And the first lie was that you could be like God. And it's a shame that Eve believed him. But, you know, they were the first people on earth. They were gullible. Like people are now. People are still gullible right now, right? And it does break me heart that my best friends are gullible, that my family's gullible, that my brother don't care that he's watching a bunch of flip-flop women play football because they're the best team! They're the best team! What, Satan's team? They're the best team? Bollocks. Yeah, no free Martins, it's a load of bollocks. It's just, all I've got is some artwork and some digitised pictures, that's all I've got to prove it. You just got to go study stuff. Like I said, under your own research, you'll come to your own conclusion. I told you, every time we enter La La Land, my La La Land, I'll tell you we're entering La La. My thoughts, my theory, I'll tell you, we have just entered La La Land. Dang it. Oh, it's a dude. Oh, that's a dude. Final answer. Stomping. Gutted. Can I take a... Oh, I don't... Oh, it's a video. It's no good to me. Bollocks to it. I can't be bothered with it. Shame I can't take that picture. It's a nice gate. Can I take that one then? Save image. I can. It's from the same set. Let's go back. I'll take that, and there's one more gate before this and we're done. Nia Jax, male professional wrestler, fails forensics. Look at that hand, look at that mouth, he's massive. That's a pale of a picture as well. And we're done. Next. Charlotte Flair. I do believe Charlotte Flair's already on the list. Back file. Downloads, desktop. Right, we'll take that one. H's file. Charlotte Flair. In it goes. Paste. Yeah, I think Charlotte Flair's already on this list. Look at that smile. We're done. On the teeth alone, I failed it. It's a massive smile. Huge jawline. Of course, it's Ric Flair's daughter, so it has to be a boy. There's a woman. That's a woman, look. Looks a bit like Gary Busey. Again, the big old male figure dominates this picture out, the two of them. The bigger teeth. Look at that neck. Boys with boobs. Look how flat this stomach is. It's not a womb. They're not childbearing hips. It's widest. Beep, 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 beep. Above the crotch, look. Look at that neck. Absolutely monster of a bloke, Charlotte Flair. What is he, 6 foot something? Charlotte Flair, there he is. Well, it's been done, but have a look at that picture. Oh, it's skull checks. It's not a proper meme. Do you know what? I'll give you a second shot, Charlotte Flair. We'll take that as your 50-50. It's a bit small, but I just like the teeth on show. But that's too big. Can we get something right in the midsection? There it is. We'll take that as your 50-50. Let's see if he's got any walking pictures. Oh, he has. He's done for. If I haven't already done him, I'll check the back file again before I'm finished. There's one. All three are men, look. All three of them, knees together, straight legs, big feet, space between the big feet. There's one. I just seen another one. Where was it? Was it further down? 2. Perfect. Knees together. 3. 4. Oh, it's just off the angle. I thought it was a straight leg, never mind. Is that a 4? Oh, that is a 4. One more puts you in the crap there. Oh my word, look at this. Tell me, where's my S-shaped spine? why is that a vertical course straight up the back? Look, from about here, hip bone joining. Look, spine comes in. It's almost perfectly straight. Look, it does have the male spine does have a little bit of a curve to it, but only a little bit at the top. This flat back here, flat back, it belongs to a man. That's why we call them flat backs. Tell me, how far down does that arm come past that crotch? Look at that, it's almost a knee scratcher. He is massive. Is that Charlotte Flair? Is it really? He's massive, he didn't look that big there. Who's that in that suit? You've got me caught. You've got my attention right there. The big baggy suit. Charlotte Flair walking into Raw. That's not Charlotte Flair, but that suit certainly does not fit, does it? Tiffany Stratton has just beat up Charlotte. What a load of bollocks. Right, let's come back. I did Tiffany Stratton yesterday. Is that you, Charlotte? No, it's Sasha Banks. That is there, though. Oh, it's not going to give me it. We did that one. That's Trish Stratton. We did that yesterday. He was the one that had the penis showing in the blue bikini. I did make a meme of it. Is that the same picture? No, that's a new one, isn't it? We'll take that. He looks like blonde Cher there. Look how tall he is. He's massive. Well, I don't know why they put him in 6-inch high heels now. It just makes him even bigger. Puts him into the 7-foot stratosphere, doesn't it? 2. Again with that MTF body. Everyone's so used to looking at it and not recognising that it's a man. The up and down legs. The lack of hips, look, the long arms, the square shoulders, look, no shoulder tilt. And that's the last one. There you go. All three are men. Charlotte Flair's a man. Ric Flair's a woman. And we are done. Next. June Lockhart, that's a massive bowling ball of an head, isn't it? It is though, isn't it? American retired actress. Actor. This is him when he was younger. Sid the Sloth eyes, big cheekbones. Very weird looking woman, isn't it? Because the cheeks are too wide, the eyes are too wide. But because we grew up into this world, well, because we were born into this world where women on screen look like this with big triangles and the men have the narrow triangle look, we didn't notice. Even though there is a big difference in real life people and these movie stars, we still didn't notice, and we're surrounded by real life people. Just remember that. If you were surrounded by women with heads like that, you'd start to notice, I'm telling you. Especially with the training. I'll take that as your 50-50. Let's go walking, see if he's got any. You are taking me into the past here. Yeah, it's not happening. Oh, maybe. No. Maybe. No. Standing. Yeah, we're done. Yep, we're done. Next. Oh, where's the one I want to do? Oh, this is the one I want to do. Gabbard Ministry, Kayla Gabbard and family. So I got asked for this one. It's meant to be a Baptiste. Is it a Baptiste? You said he baptizes people in water a lot. There he is, in his waders. He looks pretty big though. This woman looks pretty big, don't you think? Wide neck. Let's go back. So here's the family. Let's have a quick look. This one. This is who we're looking at. That's a big head, isn't it? And a long neck, broad shoulders, wouldn't you say? Do you know what it looks like to me? Not so much there. Certainly in this one where he's having a kiss. That one really does. Who does that look like to me there? He looks like someone, a famous actress. Actor. Again, a little bit like that. But that one's a much better one. Really does look like the person. Looks like Natalie Wood. You think this one looks like Natalie Wood? Who's Natalie Wood? Wasn't that Dustin Hoffman? Who's Natalie Wood? You got me. I think I've done Natalie Wood anyway. Ah, there we go. Natalie Wood. Oh, that was for the other one. No, this one. Who does this one look like? You can get lost, Marlo. Tosser. You stay out there. There's no gates though, that was the problem on this person. This one I wanted. And you didn't even get me the picture, so I'm not going to do it. But, oh, did you get me the picture? I don't know, I didn't check. This one. Right there, this husband looks very strangely female. The short arms, the legs crossing over. He looks very strangely female, so does that little one there. Let's go back. Margot Robbie. Oh, it does look a bit like Margot Robbie. Not the right person. Not the right actress. In this one as well, looks like the person I'm thinking of. And that don't look like Margot Robbie there, does it? It looks like another actress. Apparently this person does baptism in running water. I don't know if that is running water, it might be a lake. In waders. There was that gate and there was another one. Where's the other one? You did find me a video of this person walking, but he's wearing a dress. The back bit, you can see the feet look male, but without the knees to correspond the work, it's no good. This is why I tell you to watch the knees. The truth is in the knees. Let me get rid of the Gabbard Ministry and see what happens. There's that one again. That's not the one I'm after. I'm after... There's another one. There's only 2 gates for this person, I think. I'm going to have more trouble finding a 50-50 look. There's no 50-50s on this person. That might be a good video to look at right there, because he's in water, but again, you'll be able to see if the knees are opening even in that. See, that looks male there. But he's in bloody water. Get off. This mouse. I didn't do mouse. That's not the gate I'm looking for. Let me just put Kayla Gabbard in there. So Kayla Gabbard, is that him? I don't know if that's him. It don't look like him, wrong hair colour. Ah, where's that other picture gone with a gate? Oh my word. Hang on. Same gate again. We are family. Dun, 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 dun. Again. Where is that extra gate? I liked it. Let me look. you know what? It might have been off one of these offshoots. Maybe not. I know what I'm looking for. They're in like a country road, trees on either side of it. Dang it, I can't find it. It's a good job I saved it earlier on. Did I save it earlier on? I'm sure I did. Downloads. Yeah, there it is. Why can I not find that picture? Did I share it there? If I did, I can show it through Facebook. Have a look. Who was I talking to? Oh, it's Gabrielle. Was it Gabrielle? Oh, maybe not. No, it wasn't Gabrielle. Who was it? Oh, it's Ashley, wasn't it? The other Aussie. Yeah. He's got a big hand as well, hasn't he? Where's that picture? I could have sworn I sent it to you. It's not that one. Oh, I did send it to you. There it is. So I saw this picture. Again, it's not showing his gait properly. He wears this big dress. The problem is in this person here, the husband, feet at 4 and 8 o'clock, look, and then a flamingo foot there. It's in the rest of the family. His gait is still missing. So, unless I can find a decent gait, I can't really make it. I know you did send me a video to look at, but I couldn't find it. Kate Hudson. It does look like Kate Hudson, you're right. No, it was none of them. It was... Let me go back to the picture. Where is it? That one, it was... Jodie Foster I was seeing. He looks like Gabby Roslin there. It was Jodie Foster I was seeing in that face. There, I'm seeing Jodie Foster. But they all look alike, but they don't look like us. That's all I can tell you. I need some more gaits on this person. I'm not happy with them too. I need that straightforward marching mints. Without the dress on, of course. Rule number 1, watch the knees. He was a big fella, wasn't he? Look at him. Who's that? He's a big old fella. I don't know who that is. Caitlin Collins. 2 first names. Casey. 33 father. Right, we're done. I need a cup of tea. I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. I'll let Marlo in. Give me a second, guys. Cup of tea. Oh! He's gorgeous. Is he handsome? Easy. What are you doing that for, you two? Hey? Biscuit. Biscuits. Biscuits. As if you're still hungry, I give you all that meat. What you do when you eat biscuits and you just get the meat out there. I knew you was going to do that. Little tosser. Was that nice? Eh? Was it nice, Marley? Right, turn that light off, mate. Right, I'm back. Get off me, you do. Come on then. We'll lay down. Get off. We're not fighting. Get. I mean it. You tosspot. Right, Burak Oxivit. I think I've done this one. Let's find out. Turkish, right? Give me that bloody search file. There, yeah. Oh, this mouse winding me up. There we go. Searching. Close set eyes, high set ears, small mouth, pink lips, long face. Sits like Nikola Tesla. There's a gate. Flamingo foot, broken leg, it's a woman. Full mint. See you later, sweetie. We're definitely in full Mintsville. Check the back file. Oh, he's already done. Yeah, I knew he was. We don't need to do this one then. No. Right, it's already been done. Neck o'clock again. How is it all these famous female celebrities have got big necks and their husbands have got no necks? How is that possible? We're done. Next. Ronnie Nyakali. South African actor, MC and entrepreneur. He's got an egghead straight away, that picture there. Oh, this mouse. I see a woman's face, small dentures. I quite like that for your face, I guess. It's a bit small. That one's small as well. Give us something bigger. I'll go with that then. Rounded eye sockets. Look how rounded the eye socket is. Look. Close set. Small, high set ears. Is that the wife? He's got a bigger head, hasn't he, in the back? Let's go back. We'll take that. Ronnie? Yeah, Ronnie. Ronnie, we're away with you. Let's see if we can find your... is that Gerard Butler? Oh, it is. Oh, the Machine Gun Preacher. Oh, is that what he's from? I think I have seen that movie a long time ago when it came out. 20 years ago. Isn't the Machine Gun Preacher a flip-flop? I'm sure he is. He's got no gates. Walking. Might be in there in that hat. It is, but it's not a good shot. Yeah, there's no gates. It's not happening. Find his gates, I'll make you the main next. Basil Wallace, 2 first names, 2 3s in the name, 33 fire. Can we say 5 head? We can. Rounded eye sockets, high set ears, soft looking eyes. I quite like that actually, 50-50. Let's go gate shopping. Uh-oh. This ain't looking very good. Uh-oh. There's been a few famous movies though. Leonardo, Gerard, let's have a look. Yeah, there's no gates again. Find his gates, I'll make it a meme. It's the closest we've got to something. Running, elbows out. Goodbye. Next, Gaurav Chopra, Indian television star. Have we done Gaurav Chopra? Let's have a look. Copy. Paste. Let's have a look in the back file. The way it goes, what as it searches, we'll go after the gates and face. That's almost a 50-50, almost. I like that one if it was closer. I think I'll have to take that one. Let's go gate shopping with... oh, hang on, check the back file. Still working on it. I think it would have already found it if it was there. Someone's erased Nana's nipples again. Let's go back. She's got really skinny arms, look. He's got no gates. She's got no gates. It's strange because the India ones usually I don't have a problem finding gates. Usually there's thousands of paparazzi pictures of them, especially at the airport. I ain't even seen them at the airport yet. Oh, 1, 2. So look, 1. From Flamingo, broken leg. What's that? That's not him. The other one is though. Screwgulp messing with my screen. Is that where the pictures stop? That is where the pictures stop. There's nothing else for him. Broken leg. That's terrible. Walking. There's another one there. Broken leg. Houston, we have a problem there. Oh, we have 2 problems there. Let's go back. 3. 4. One more. Hang on, back file. Is not there. Right, go have 4. I need 1 more. And we're at pictures 4 it is then, folks. What's that for? 1, 2, 3, 4. And a face. I need your face. 1 second. Save image. Save image. Right, we're done. Just like that. Chopper, Nick Redding. Wait, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Right, I'll call that a night. We will do requests tomorrow, I think. As long as Kirsten don't trigger me. We're back tomorrow. Just remember, God loves you, thinks you're amazing, wants you to know that you were born in an inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy world. Thank you very, very much for watching. Good night. God bless.